Good morning. And this is the time that I'm presenting this here message to all those that are still asleep. Some of y'all, which might be my own personal family, might not even care about what I'm about to say right now, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is serious business. Right now, y'all, we are sitting here under the grand deception of the Roman Catholic pagan church that was established long time ago. We need to get back to the first fruits, the first truths, the truths that's still current and in small places, small fragments, evident today, that those that keeps the commandments and the statutes of the Most High will find themselves justified. I tell you the truth, that the deception is so great that myself, coming out of the Christian family, or should I say a Christian religion, I found it hard to, how could I put it? I found it hard to break away. But something kept pulling on me, and I'll tell you this, because most of y'all that know me know this creed, and they call it the creed, the Apostles' Creed. If you take notice into the Apostles' Creed, where it gives reverence to the Roman Catholic Church, that should click into your spirit that something's just not right. The Roman Catholic Church has so much deception and pagan rituals and abominations, as well as you have, like I say, the cross. Let's look at the cross, y'all. Was Christ hung on a cross, or was he hung on a tree? Interesting question. We wear these crosses around our neck to signify that we are part of some type of religious system. I tell you the truth, that deception is real. We sit here, we go in day by day, we go in, or at least y'all do, go in Sundays and praise and worship. Is that the day that the Holy One and the disciples and Moses and everybody that was given the law and the commandments and statutes, is that the day in which they rested and gave praise? It's the Sabbath day, Shabbat, Saturday. From Friday night to Saturday night is that day of rest that the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth, that He set for us to rest and reverence. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to tell you, study your scriptures. The scriptures is not going to lead you astray. If anything, it's going to lead you to that narrow path. Not a lot of y'all want to follow that path. We're so been brought up by traditional basis that it became a part of our lives. I don't want to sit here and try to, how could I put it, shame you in any way, but tell you the truth, if shaming you will bring you back to the truth, then so be it. I still love you enough to get up here to tell you that it's a battle of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. The scripture says, be not conformed to this world. And it also states, the word states also, to come out of her. And come out of her meaning coming out of her, those religions. Christianity is the biggest one, and it's like I say, it's only two of which that's taking a hold of almost the whole world, and that's Christianity and Islamic, or Islam. Nowhere in the scriptures does it state that none of the prophets, none of the disciples that was following Christ, and Christ himself even spoke about that. Nowhere did they agree, nor did they even give any instruction as to Sunday being the day of rest. That's just the first step into getting back. We, as our family members, you know what I'm saying, we used to come together all the time. We eat shrimp, crabs, oysters, lobsters, catfish. Yeah, catfish, boy, that used to be the stuff, boy, back in the day. But did we ever really study the scriptures to really figure out what was clean and what was unclean? Those laws and statutes are still standing. For Christ said that I did not come to change the law, but to fulfill the law of the prophets. So if he stated that he did not come to change the law, then the law still stands. We still find ourselves under bondage because of the fact that we choose not to change the laws, or we choose to change the laws in our own mindset because of traditions. Think about it. Back in the day when we were brought from the homeland, and I'm not talking about Africa, I'm talking about us Hebrew Israelites. When we was brought up out of our land, we went into Egypt. We was pretty much held under bondage then. We went spread out throughout the whole world. We was brought over on ships. Only people that was brought over on ships during the slave trade. But they tell you you're from Africa. Interesting. African American. Interesting. I tell you, study the scriptures and it shows itself approved. King James Version Bible, if you really diligently study, you study this word, it'll tell you what type of people and who we are. But in order for us to understand who we are, you must diligently study the scriptures. The Almighty Heavenly Host, He will let us know through His word who we are. It's not a lot of messengers of the truth out there. I'll tell you one in which I praise the Almighty Yah for allowing me to come across. And that's Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow is a man of faith. He's a man of action. I myself, before I even came across him over YouTube, I sat there and I was doing my studies. I found myself going from A.M. Zion Church to a Baptist church. And something still wasn't right, because I'm going to tell you, this little thing that kicked inside of me that made me think that something's just not right. Where the church had a program on the 10 Commandments, and everybody had a little scripture that they had to go by, or one of the commandments that they had to go by to research and give a speech on. And mine, of course, thank the Father above, was the Sabbath day. From all the way from first century to the time till now that the Roman Catholic Church itself decided to take in their own power and change the Sabbath day of rest to Sunday worship, which is the pagan sun god worship, Sunday. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, I tell you what, look it up yourself. Once you start understanding and actually letting the Lord lead you to His truth, some of y'all gonna lose family members, some of y'all gonna lose friends. I post a lot of little comments on Facebook, and I get a few likes here and there, but no comments. But I tell you the truth once again, if you don't believe what I say, I challenge you to look it up yourself. You'll find out that you have fallen in the deception that's so great, so grand, so rapid, that you yourself don't even want to change. I pray that the Almighty Yah will open your heart as well as your mind to His truth. His commandments and statutes are still here, y'all. And if you want to understand why the churches are so thin, look at what you do. You party on Friday nights, you party on Saturday nights. But if you think about it, from Friday night to Saturday night is the Sabbath. And those are the days in which everybody parties, enjoys themselves, drink, smoke weed, do whatever they want to do to please self, more than pleasing the Almighty Himself. But I challenge you, and I'm going to continue to challenge you. You might not even want to even say anything to me after this. It's all good, because the scripture speaks about who is your true family. And my true family is those that's willing to live according to the commandments and the laws of the Most High. I pray that you receive this with an open mind, that I'm not trying to shun nobody away. If anything, I'm trying to get you yourself to understand that this is a path that only you and you alone can choose to take or not take. Shalom.